you ain't nervous, man. You ain't alive. You should be nervous. That's a good thing. And you want to use that nervous energy. But it's how you channel it. Let it use it. Learn how to breathe. Get your breath when you go in the ring. Breathe. Don't hold it in. And when you get in there, look, you're in there to put on a show. Put on a show. Anything can happen, right? If you get caught with a shot or whatever, you go in there and you do your best. That's all we can do, right? You just go out there and do your best. But I tell you how much I admire you guys. I admire you all and ladies, you guys, men and women, yeah, for being willing to go out there, put yourselves out there. You're willing to go out there, put on a show for the people, and be naked in front of the people. You know what I'm talking about? Okay, just so we know. Not literally, figuratively, right? But you put yourselves out there, and that's admirable. And not too many people are doing it. Not too many people, you know that. So, congratulations for that. I just want to say, again, you're all winners in the sense that because you're willing to do it. And so, take that with you into the ring. The fact that you got the heart, the desire, the determination, everything it takes to go out there and be a champion, to go out there and be a winner, and just do the best you can. That's all you can do. You can't do nothing else, right? All you can do is be the best you can be at that. And sometimes it's a little short, sometimes it's not. But that's what it is. So you just go out there and give it the best you can, and no matter what, you should be proud of the accomplishment. And the champion is not, you are all champs. You're all champs because you're going in there and put yourself on the line in front of everybody. So I admire you for this. So be proud of that and have some fun with it. See, boxing is one of the sports that you don't say, you have the guys, people that I'm going to try boxing. No, you don't try boxing. You either box or you don't. It's boxing comes to you. You don't go to boxing. Does that make sense? Boxing is something you feel here in your heart, in your gut. It's like the puppy. You go to pick out the dog. The dog picks you. You don't pick the dog, right? You go to talk of. That's kind of what boxing is. You got to have feeling. So the fact that you guys are willing to do this and do it, man, I can't tell you how much I admire you, man. I really do. It's a special person who can do that. So you should be proud of that. And no matter what, when I say there's no losers, no. Here's what I tell you. Like I tell my people, we lose. That's part of life. But when you win, you win with humility, right? You're humble when you win. And when you lose with dignity. You congratulate the other person, but maybe that night is better that night, or that person, or she's better that night. That's it. Nothing means, but maybe the next night you're a better person. But anyhow, so that's all I want to tell you people. You gotta understand. You go out there and give it the best shot, and if you did what you're supposed to do, you train as hard as you could. You say your prayers. That's all you can do. That's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, led by bagpiper Glenn Johnson, I'd like to welcome to the ring the 2021-2022 Aquinas boxing team.
Fondest memories. People might think being in Madison Square Garden, competing there, being on HBO and ESPN so many times and having such a great crowd. My fondest memories, I mean it from the heart, are my amateur days.
think we want all the boxers up in the ring. Why don't we have all the boxers up in the ring? Come on up here with us, guys. No? You guys are going to have to be up here at some point. You all know that, right? All right, I guess we will begin tonight with our national anthem, sung by Aquinas Senior, Aaron Hay. Please rise, ladies and gentlemen, for the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I'd like to introduce Father Kevin Manera, Aquinas class of 1981, for tonight's opening prayer.
Thank you. You know, it's a real privilege to be here and to know that Aquinas continues to include the Brazilian fathers, because we include Aquinas in our prayers regularly. Aquinas is something that we are very proud of many years here and many impacts that we've had on the Rochester community through the Aquinas grads. You know, when I was a student here, we had the Mission Bouts, we had mission collection every morning, and I was wondering, like, what really happened to all that money? It wasn't until a few years ago that I found out what's true, what Father Ritz had told us about a parish in Texas, in Sugar Land, Texas, called St. Thomas Aquinas. And that parish in its beginning was for Mexican migrants, and it was completely funded through the generosity of Aquinas Institute in Rochester. So the mission bouts, those mission collections, had a true, long-lasting impact, because that parish is now a thriving parish in Sugar Land, Texas. So thank you for the support tonight for the mission of the Brazilian Fathers and the Sisters of St. Joseph. And I would ask you to please bow your heads and bless me. Gracious and ever-loving God, you sent us your Son, Jesus Christ, to show us the way to perfect love and eternal life. As the Aquinas motto says, we believe whatever your Son says, and we try to live it out in our daily actions, in the classroom and on the playing field, in the ring and on the court, on the stage and in the chapel. Teach us goodness, that by our good deeds of service to others, your light may shine in the darknesses of life. Teach us discipline, that we may direct our desires to pleasing you. Teach us knowledge, that we might be equipped to build your kingdom of justice here on earth. Keep these athletes safe, empower them to do their best, and give them integrity in triumph and in defeat. And above all, bless those served in our missions and supported by these mission bouts. May they find the dignity you give to each and every person as your beloved son or daughter. We make this prayer through our brother and our Lord Jesus Christ. Amen.
Thank you, Father Monero. We would please ask if you could keep your heads bowed now for the boxer's prayer, to be read by senior boxer Jacob Diachenko.
Thank you. If you all join me in the sign of the cross. I ask you not for victory, for somehow that seems wrong, but only for protection and the courage to be strong. Strength not to conquer, but just that I'll fight well, and prove myself a sportsman at the final bell. I ask you, Christ of suffering, that I should suffer pain. I'll offer it for all my sins, so that it won't be in vain. And if perhaps he cuts me, and the bright red blood I see, I ask that I'll remember the blood you shed for me. I need you in my corner, but likewise in the order, so that I'll remember my opponent is my brother. And I'll pray that you'll protect us from injuries severe, that will give the fans their value and every cause to cheer. And make each single act of either one be fair, so know who the victor and the glory both can share. And if by chance he floors me, and the canvas I should meet, like Simon of Cyrene, please help me to my feet. Then should a little glory somehow fall on me, please help me remember that I owe it all to thee. Please help me to go the distance, through rounds with danger rife, not only in the boxing ring, but in the larger ring of life. So I ask you not for victory, for somehow that seems wrong, but only for protection and the courage to be strong. Strength of mind and body, so I'll fight well, and the referee will raise my hand at the judgment's final bell.
Jacob Diachenko, thank you. At this time, we'd ask everyone to please stand once again. We'd like to remember 4 longtime supporters of the Aquinas boxing family who passed on recently. Mr. Larry Allen, class of 1947. Mr. Joe Fornarola, class of 1973. Mr. Joe Sirianni, class of 1974. And Mr. Dave Villarosha, class of 1973. Along with Charles Belmont, the grandfather of Jacob Diachenko. Belmont was a former boxer and a member of the class of 1955. These were all tremendous supporters of this sport and its tradition, and that love and support will live on through all their families today. At this time, we ask a moment of silence for a ceremonial 10 count in honor of all these tremendous gentlemen. Thank you. We ask you to remain standing. At this time, as we do before almost every Aquinas event, we remember how much we appreciate our time in this institution and what it means to all of us with the singing of the Aquinas Alma Mater. I've heard all the hemming and hollering about the alma mater. Every class feels the same way. We all appreciate it. We all try to remember it. Aaron Hay, fortunately here, has stepped up and will lead us in the alma mater tonight.
I was thinking down the actors, you guys are trying to be sopranos like me. Thou place of reverie, praise me.
and gentlemen, we have a special guest in the building tonight. One we are incredibly honored to be with us for the fights this evening. Not only is he well known in the boxing community, it is also his birthday today. As we celebrate 90 years of discipline, motivation, tradition, and family, we are honored to welcome Ray Boom Boom Mancini to Aquinas. Ray has been a figure in boxing since the age of 18 with a WBA lightweight championship belt and multiple wins to defend it. He demonstrated tons of motivation and discipline. His love for his father drove his desire to win. We know how important family is here at Aquinas. After Ray officially retired from boxing, he started acting. Sylvester Stallone produced his life story, Heart of a Champion, the Ray Boom Boom Mancini story. He invested in production companies, produced Body and Soul with Joe Mantegna, and Turn of Faith with Charles Durning. He made a docudrama called The Good Son, The Life of Ray Boom Boom Mancini, starring Mickey Rourke, Ed O'Neill, and Sugar Ray Leonard. This man can pull some names, ladies and gentlemen. He has said that he learned from his parents that no one gives you anything in life. You have to go out there and take it, but you have to do it the right way, through hard work and education. We are delighted to have Ray share in this momentous occasion. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to Aquinas, Ray Boom Boom Mancini.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm not going to be long because these guys are ready to go. So I just want to say, please be appreciative tonight. You don't know what it takes, the courage and the strength it takes to get in this ring in front of people. So be appreciative. Applaud them. Don't appreciate their work tonight. So please, just appreciate what you see tonight and let them know how much you appreciate it. Thank you. Take care.
Ray Boom Boom Mancini, everyone. Thank you very much, Ray. Before we begin tonight, one final announcement to a gentleman right here ringside. Ray Ciancaglini is a former professional boxer and a member of the Rochester Hall of Fame and the Geneva Sports Hall of Fame. He is now a renowned advocate for concussion awareness. He lectures around the country and very often here in the Northeast region on the importance of character, being a good role model, and giving back to the community. Ray has won many awards, but his biggest award is knowing that he's making a difference in the lives of many young athletes. Right here next to ringside, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause, please, for Ray Ciancaglini. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to fight. Our first bout tonight, in the red corner, a freshman and the 2020 recipient of the Dominic Arioli Award, welcome to the ring, Tessa Santoshi. And in the blue corner, a first-year boxer, ladies and gentlemen, Rhea Reese.
Well, Joe, what's going on with these two fighters?
Well, it looks like a good matchup. There's so much female representation in the boxing game now.
Isn't it great? Isn't it great?
It is, and it's just grown and grown over the years here. About 5 years ago or so, we had two girls that fought brilliantly and stuff, and they got the fight of the night. They came back the next year, and the other person won, and it was the fight of the night again.
That's right. I mean, looking at in the professional ranks, some of the women world champions, whether you're looking at UFC, whether you're looking at professional boxing, they bring some of the most exciting entertainment these days. When just 15 years ago or so, it looked down upon. But
Correct.
really, they're just some of the best entertainers, the best athletes we can see. So
Yeah, I think they've earned everyone's respect.
absolutely, no doubt. Now look at these
We've
two.
got
Now these two-
Reese in blue, and we have Sangassi in red.
right.
Ooh, there was
And-
a Lupin Ernie Shavers type right hand.
That's right.
Loosen
And
the headgear a little bit.
I think back to my days as an amateur, and oh my God, that's a great combination by Kessa there in the red.
And Reese comes right back. Look at this.
Kessa's throwing nice straight punches, and that's might be why she's landing a little bit better.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Very, very impressive.
Well, that wasn't a feel 'em out round.
Yeah, that was definitely that was a boom boom Mancini kind of round.
That
Wasn't
was
it?
impressive because they never stopped throwing punches.
Yeah.
It's always a challenge in the amateurs. You don't have a ton of time, but you don't want to exhaust yourself. It's got to knowing when to throw, when not to throw.
I imagine it's tough with 3 rounds because you don't have 12 rounds or whatever to plan out a strategy.
That's
You gotta,
all. It always
you gotta
is a
do your
challenge.
thing in the first
Yeah,
3.
that's right. And you got to impress. But these girls are showing just that. They're impressive. They came ready, and it's an impressive opening round.
You know what's nice? You go to training or you go anywhere in the school and stuff, these girls are the closest of friends.
Yeah.
All
right.
these kids are. They're all the closest of friends. If they weren't friends before, they become friends.
That's
they,
right.
They gain each other's respect.
I said during the announcement introduction, what a brotherhood and sisterhood the whole institute has here. It really just is a great feeling.
Right. Yeah, the spirit and enthusiasm has never been stronger.
That's well said.
Yeah.
We got Reese in blue and we got Sangassi in red. Sangassi in
Nice
red.
overhand right. Second one. Up.
We're going to get a standing 8 count, I think, here. Coach Cat, USABF official also.
Sangassi in the neutral corner. She have a little bit of a bloody nose.
Just looking at her bloody nose, taking precaution.
Well, one year I was here and there was like 16 fights and we had like 31 nosebleeds. And,
Oh God, really?
I'm not exaggerating. Every single fight was a nosebleed, usually both of them.
Yeah. But I love the heart from Reese because she came right out of the corner, coming to throw punches.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to be affected by these punches.
Reese in red, Reese in blue, and Sangassi in red. Good spirited action here.
Maybe slowing down a bit here. They really threw a lot of punches.
They did. End of round 2.
Well, that was 2 pretty good action-packed rounds. If that's what the night's going to be like, it's going to be pretty quick-paced.
I'll say. You know, what I liked about Reese is after an 8 count and being checked, having her nose, she came right out and went after her opponent.
Yeah.
As if she's going to say, you know, that's not going to stop me, and I'm here to win.
These are determined young people. I mean, not everyone can take the rigors of boxing training, but look at the size of the team.
Yeah.
That speaks well of their character.
True, and in the spirit of this great tradition, it isn't actually about the win and the loss. It's about working hard to get here, putting on a good show, doing your best, and that's what makes this event so wonderful.
And that's what they push here too. That's what they push. And Coach Dom, he goes out of his way to make sure that these kids are top-notch shape.
Yeah, great shape.
And
Have
if
fun.
they're
Give
not,
your
they get
best.
pulled from the card.
That's
so
right.
He wants them safe.
Oh. Let's see.
Coach Cat separates him.
Well, exactly what you're saying. You're a winner here tonight when you give 100%.
That's
And
right,
right here
yeah.
in this opening fight, you can't ask for more from both of these young women.
We're looking
Reese-
into Reese's corner here.
Reese came
She's in
out
blue.
strong, but I think she's a little bit hampered by that blood.
Yeah. St. Gassi in red, Reese in blue. Here comes Reese on the attack. She wants some payback.
She really does. Look at. Good time for
St.
Reese to
Gassi
take
puts
advantage.
Yeah.
Puts that left glove right in her nose.
Good time for Reese to finish strong
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. Girls were a little late responding to the referee. Yeah, it looks like that's going to be the end of the round. Looked like St. Gassi might have got a Charlie horse there right at the end of her leg.
Yeah.
But luckily the bell was.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd love to take 11 more of those tonight, won't we? We'd like to remind everyone that there are souvenirs and programs being sold beneath the video wall by the corporate mattress tonight. In addition, there are concessions being sold outside. I'm told that they are probably Lent and Friday safe.
Well, how'd you see that fight,
We'd
Joe?
also like to acknowledge
Well,
our judges for this evening.
I probably
Senior
feel
hero,
Sangassi
Dr. Anthony Wicke, class of
had an edge
1976,
with
and
on
Jackie
aggression in the
Garcia,
first 2 rounds.
along with tonight's
Aggression and punches
referee,
landed.
Coach Cat
I would agree.
Scott.
But
Ladies and gentlemen,
but
round of
Reese
applause
was
for
had a terrific comeback in the 3rd round. You know, no losers.
And that's what you want to see. Again, no losers. Yeah, Sangassi might have pulled that one out by maybe landing a few more punches. But most impressively about the fight was seeing Reese after being checked by the doctor, having an 8 count, coming back strong. What a lot of heart. Both girls should be very proud of themselves. And that's just what you want to see in an opening bout.
And you know what's nice too is the people that they're getting their awards from is mom and dad.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of bout number 1 in the blue corner, Rhea Reese.
Well,
Okay.
surprisingly.
River Reese takes the first fight here of the night. But a very spirited Kesa Sangazi.
Like a great performance by both girls.
Yeah.
And again, we had 2 winners right here. 2 winners. Both huge hearts, great athletes. They came prepared and they fought hard and put on a good show.
When you talk to these young people, they many of them told me that they like being part of a tradition. So when they're in there, they know they're upholding a tradition.
Sure.
Yeah.
One of the officials tonight is Tony DiMartino. He's from Canandaigua. He's a retiree, but he's come out of retirement to help out tonight. And he went to Cardinal Mooney High School. Been a USABF official for 6 years. Thank you, Tony, for helping out.
Senior Liliana Visca. In the blue corner, also a senior and a 3rd-year boxer, Gwen Bushman.
Well, we're on to the seniors now. Got a couple bigger names here.
Yeah, Gwen Bushin in blue told me that she feels all the training and the exhibition bout she had prepared her well for tonight.
Oh. Nice. So Gwen fought in, Liliana, she fought in 2019. And her favorite boxer is Muhammad Ali, who, remember, visited Aquinas in 1994.
Yeah, what a great year. What a great year for the event. I mean, you look at these kids, they're just so impressive. You know, they want to go on to college. Visca, she said, to major in sustainability studies. I don't even know what that is, Jim.
I don't either, but
But it sounds
you had to be
impressive.
smart. She's smart.
And to know that that's what she wants to do,
Yeah.
and said that this program has made her grow immensely, and just loves to spar, loves to be in shape.
Well, these two showing a lot of discipline and craft with straight punches.
That's right. You can tell they have a little more experience now. The Bushman now has been in the program 3 years. You can tell they're just opening up a little more patiently, throwing some more jabs.
Liliana Visca, she's in red. Gwen Bushin, she's in blue.
Good round.
Yeah.
Good round.
Right.
Nice jabs. They didn't get too over anxious. Jim, it's so, and Joe, it's so much easier said than done at the amateur ranks, especially early on in the amateurs. You know that a jab wins fights. You know that it's going to keep you safe. You know that it's what's going to keep a distance from your opponent. But yet, you still are reluctant, to throw it. These great young athletes are coming out and they want to land that hard punch because everyone wants to have a knockout and land that hard. But you just got to know. I wish I could just instill into everybody, but it's just easier said than done, But that jab is going to keep you alive.
What do you think is why they're reluctant? Is it because of the counter? I noticed that when you fought, you were always getting off first.
I think because my guess would be most fighters are right-handed, and it's to win a fight and work the opposite hand. That's what you have to get good at, Yes, I'm right-handed still, but I probably have developed my left so much now in life that, you have to just develop that opposite arm. Because it's that opposite arm that's going to keep you going and keep you alive and keep you safe and get you to victory. But these two young ladies have opened up nicely, throwing nice jabs. And that's what you want to see. Something else you might forget at the early stages is a little head movement.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I know I forgot that.
I know. Well,
It's caused me to a lot of bloody noses and broken noses and all that, which you see often, but it's just not set in your mind yet to move the head while you're punching. That comes later. That will come later. But these two girls are throwing what look to be nicely taught punches.
they were both throwing straight punches and landing at the same time.
Yeah, that's right.
They
That's
were
right.
mirror images of one
Yeah.
another there.
When you think one is getting an edge, then
Yeah.
the other comes back with
Sure.
a good punch.
That's right.
Yeah, Gwen Bushin in blue told me that she likes to work on defense and counter punching, and I think that's evident.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Coach Cat is the referee again for this fight. And she's very instrumental in all the training all the kids here, not just the girls, but also the guys.
Oh, that's great.
Well, we're picking up the pace here a little bit. We got Visca in red,
Visca
Bushin
really,
in blue.
Visca really has that frame, that tall, lean frame for a nice. Got that Tommy Hearns look, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vischer really pumps out a pretty hard jab.
She does. And nice, and she's circling a little bit, keeping away from the corner. I like that a lot.
What, two tough girls, huh?
Yeah. No, it's gonna move this way. She feels like.
There's Bushin with a right.
Boy, this is making me arm weary.
That is a lot of punches. That is a great fight. That is a
Good
great fight.
fight.
That's a great fight. That's great
Very good
sportsmanship.
fight.
Well done.
Liliana Visca, red corner, and Gwen Bushin in the blue corner. Good fight.
Well done. I could be wrong again, but I'm going to have to go with this in the red corner. This maybe might have landed a few more punches, a little straighter punches, a little bit better structure in the ring, but you got to give it to Bushin because she did not give up. Every time she was hit, she came back, and that's what I like to see in a fighter.
Yep, she always answered.
Yeah. I agree with you, Joe. I think I'd probably give Vischer the edge.
Our ring announcer is Thad Brown, alumni here, as he told you, of 1994, and he's the sports director at TV8 here in Rochester.
Oh, that's right. That's where I know him from. He's
One of the press conferences we had with
Sure.
when you challenged Lennox Lewis, he was in the audience.
That's right. That's how I know him.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of bout number 2, in the red corner, Liliana Visca.
A great fight, a great victory. Both fighters got a lot to be proud of. Great sportsmanship.
Liliana Visca
Two winners.
takes the second fight.
Made a passage from.
Very exciting.
Well,
Another one of our officials is Dr. Anthony Ricky, local dentist here, and as you know, as we've said many years and stuff like that, Dr. Ricky was a 4-time Aquinas champ, went to Notre Dame, became a 4-time Bengals Bouts champion. So he's been a Mission Bouts official for 20 years.
My God, that's
Ladies and
impressive.
gentlemen,
Yeah.
bout number 3, in the red corner, making his first Mission Bouts appearance, Senior Olindo Di Francesco. And in the blue corner, a sophomore, Mike Quinlan.
You know, I was at training a few days ago, and these are two tough guys. And,
I'll say, we got
Olindo Di Francesco, I think this is his first year boxing, and I'll tell you, he was tough in training. And then Mike Quinlan, his dad was he was an Aquinas champion here years ago. Now I'm watching his son here.
You got to give Quinlan a lot of respect. He's a sophomore going against a senior. There's obviously a little age and size discrepancy, and important years of and growth. And I know when I was a sophomore, I would not have physically been ready to compete against a senior. I was late to develop.
Well, at that age, seniors look pretty big.
Yeah, I'll say.
There we go.
Quinlan putting a little Joe Frazier duck. Got his hands up high. Jim, are these fighters weighed before the event?
Yeah, they're weighed but mostly measured up by ability.
Sure. But Quinlan obviously looks a little, not much, but a little lighter.
Yeah.
And certainly not afraid of it. He's right in front of his opponent.
He's not giving ground.
No, he's not. Di Francesco throwing a nice jab, though. Already with a bloody nose, though. So Quinlan is landing.
Well, I was at the sparring a few nights ago, and they were sparring then. They both had bloody noses.
Oh, sure. Look at this level. That's bound to happen. That's a great opening round.
Good round one. Good round one.
Very even
and our
round.
ring announcer for this fight is Jim De Niro.
Very even round.
Jim De Niro is refereeing this fight. His dad was a great fighter out of Rochester, Johnny De Niro, who was also a Rochester police officer.
Okay.
Jim's been around some time in USA boxing, right?
Yep. Yes.
I see that Jack Dempsey is one of Di Francesco's favorite fighters.
Wow, that's great for a young kid to think all the way back to rich history like that, right?
Well, it's it's nice when you got YouTube nowadays.
Well,
know?
sure. You could really examine the.
You can watch these fighters, and they've
That's
sped
right.
the times up, so the speed up of the film, so it becomes like today's pace. You get to really see how good those guys really were for their time.
It's good for studying and analyzing.
Yeah.
And Quinlan said before the fights, this program he loved because you got to really meet some great friends. And that's the whole point of this whole program, you know, interacting with others and classmates.
He,
Orlando Di Francesco in the red corner, wearing the red, and Mike Quinlan the blue.
Might just be a little winded, Quinlan.
Seeing the bloody nose.
Yeah.
There's that payback bloody nose.
That's right.
His dad's up there with the other Mike Quinlan is his dad up there, and he's cleaning the nose.
Like Henry Cooper, ready, willing, and able, but
That's right.
that blood. He certainly is ready, willing, and able.
So, Joe, who did you win the New York State Championship from?
That blood.
The Golden Gloves or in the
No, the New York State title belt.
He certainly is ready, willing,
in the
and able.
professional level, I beat Anthony T-Bone Green.
Oh, T-Bone
and
Green.
that was in
Yes.
Buffalo.
In Buffalo.
And
Was that in 1999?
I want to say that was, yeah, Jim, good memory. That was 1999. Anthony T-Bone Green, I want to say he was
Well, shortly
maybe
after that, you
18
were
and
the
4.
featured guest here at Aquinas, and you brought your New York State Championship belt.
That's right.
So that was like 22, 23 years ago.
That's right.
Where's the time go?
Oh,
A young, proud, heavy.
Quinlan got a
Look
good
at that.
right in.
Quinlan putting a lot of pressure on.
Boy, he's,
And that's what's impressive. These guys have to go to the corner, get their nosebleeds checked, or after an 8 count, and to come. And that's what we're looking for. Young, aspired, tough fighters, full of heart and dedication. Look at that.
there's
right
another
hand.
right by Quinlan.
A great overhand right. Now after that break, I'll give the closing of that round to Quinlan. That was excellent.
Interesting round two. Look at
It's,
that.
it's something the way he got those rights in against a taller fighter.
Yeah.
Yep, that's right.
His dad works. His dad, who's in maroon up there, works with him a lot.
Oh,
His dad was a Aquinas champion also. But once you're an Aquinas boxer, it's ingrained in you. You're always it's a special fraternity. You
And
know?
that's why they've been doing this 90 years.
90
Jim.
years.
90 years.
90 years of nosebleeds and
That's right.
getting beat up, but for a good cause.
But
you know?
wonderful memories
Believe
and
it?
for great causes, right?
Yeah.
and a rite of passage that few can say they
Yeah.
tried.
That's right.
And I remember that might have been my first visit here in '99, Jim. And of course, we were always welcomed by the great champion and friendly face Carmen Basilio.
Yeah, I know. We've missed Carmen since he's been gone.
He loved this event and always supported, and he was a familiar face here, and he's missed.
This is round 3. Quinlan in blue, Di Francesco in red. This is where it's going to get interesting watching these guys go for the win.
Di Francesco was opening up a little bit with the.
Look at Quinlan's guts. Look at his spirit here.
Look at that. Quinlan is impressive.
Quinlan not worried about that bloody nose anymore.
A lot of schooling is evident by both fighters.
A good right hand by Di Francesco, and then Quinlan counters. A little bothered by the bloody nose, both of them. I get that.
Little murmur in the crowd from the moms. The dads are kind of
That's
enjoying it.
Bound to happen, I guess. But nice jab.
Quinlan,
Oh, nice
oh,
right
nice
hand.
right hand by Quinlan. And then Di Francesco
Righty.
answers with a nice
Yeah.
combination. And DeFrancesco goes back to the corner with some blood. Wow, what a good fight. Wasn't it?
That was
an entertaining fight?
That was a great fight.
If you like nosebleeds, we got it.
That is a great fight. What this institute is, these fighters all have heart and all have determination. They get hit, yet they respond. And that's what you want to see.
Yeah.
You know, that's what makes a good fight. That's what makes a great fighter.
Ladies and gentlemen, while we're waiting for this decision, I want to take a moment to acknowledge the Aquinas boys basketball team, many of whom are in attendance tonight. The Little Irish will take down Russia.
That was really impressive.
That was.
Tomorrow, tip time is 6 p.m. I believe that means at Webster Schrader High School. Good luck, Irish.
Jim, Joe, that fight could go either way.
It's not a money shot, guys. We're not going to be neutral and covering the game, so it's not up for you.
Look at that.
I mean,
shaking hands, smiling,
Wonderful.
good sportsmanship.
That's wonderful.
Now
Great
saying,
to see.
congratulating the moms and the dads.
It's just great to see.
you know, Quinlan would occasionally take one step back, but never went on to retreat.
That's right.
And occasionally you have to take one step back.
That's right.
You know, but never.
Plus, like Joe said, I think he's a little lighter than DeFrancesco.
You know, you don't expect this. It sounds like I'm not. But at this level, you know, they're delivering nice blows, nice punches, nice combinations.
The winner of bout number 3 in the red corner of the window.
Let's go.
Okay, all right.
DeFrancesco, the senior, takes the bout 3, and he had to work hard for it.
He sure did. An impressive win, but an impressive performance by Quinlan as well.
And you know, Mike Quinlan, he certainly didn't go out of this fight a loser.
No way.
Not at all.
Ladies and gentlemen, this time I want to invite 3 members of the boxing team.
Notice I didn't make a prediction on that one because it was a tough one to call.
Well, I've been silent all along.
Joe DiProspero, along with head coach Don Marioli. We would also like to invite Cindy Finestone, if she's in the building. Cindy, please head to the ring right now.
Here's head coach Dominic Arioli, and they're in the ring with his.
Ladies and gentlemen, this year the Aquinas boxing team hosted their second Knockout Parkinson's event in the Fieldhouse here at Aquinas. This is an event near and dear to Coach Don.
See, they even got
For the
some
past
sorry
6 years,
8th grade.
he's been training those afflicted with this disease at his gym Rock Boxing. Of course, the greatest fighter that ever lived, Muhammad Ali, had this terrible disease. There were several great squires, even on the most wintry day, they would run out of chairs at Rock Boxing, attracting more than enough spectators to raise over $1,200.
Wow.
The Aquinas boxing team is proud to present this check to Cindy Finestone, representing the Parkinson Foundation of New York and New Jersey. Thanks to all who supported this great event, and especially to our boxers.
That's a great cause. I'd be remiss to mention that my father and manager, Jack Macy, who is doing well and healthy, but been diagnosed in recent years with Parkinson's disease. So I'm very, very happy to see that the Aquinas Institute has come up with this donation.
Oh, it's a real difficult disease for everybody.
It is, but to be diagnosed late in life like that for my dad, he will be fine. But it has brought a lot of light and attention and education to our family.
Sure. Researching
this, and you know, he does have his better days, and some days he struggles. But look, this is a great cause. I'm happy to see that this money's going to that organization.
Well, I finally remember your dad. Please give him my love and my best.
I will be happy to.
I spent a few years where we talked like every single night.
I know.
You know.
I remember that, Jim.
And it was wonderful.
You
and I missed him.
And you as much of a pillar in my career. I want everyone to know that what you meant in my amateur career, in my professional career, and the relationship you had with my dad and Team Macy, and you actually are Team Macy. And that's why it's just so great and special to be here at this event and be ringside with you, and of course with Joe as well.
Well, it was one of my great honors and stuff to work with Joe Macy, and I'm so happy and proud that you were able to take time from your busy career, being a parent and everything else, to make the drive from Buffalo here to support the Mission Bouts.
It's great to be back, and I look forward as my kids get a little older, can understand and appreciate this great event. I can't wait to bring them.
Wish your dad well for me, Joe.
And I will, Joe. He's looking forward to. He's leaving back for Florida, but he wishes he could be here.
Sophia Race in red.
A couple of seniors again.
Mina Curtis.
Sophia Rates in red and Mina Curtis in blue.
Now look at this. They got the tall and lean. They got the Joe Frazier looking over here. I mean, this could be a nice matchup right here.
This is going to be a nice matchup. I've seen them spar before. This is going to be a nice matchup.
Yeah, Sophia Reyes in red really just got into this for the conditioning, but then began to like it.
I think that's why we all started, Joe. You know, just to get healthy, lose some weight, and do something fun, and relieve some stress, and then it kind of snowballs because to that certain someone, it just attracts you. You just love the gym smell, the people,
I know, the gym smell.
It's just, you know what, someone asked me the other day what I miss. I can't say I miss getting punched in the face, Jim and Joe, but I tell you, the smell of leather.
I know, yeah.
The leather smell, and it probably was when it was connected with my nose, but the smell, I just miss some of those.
Interesting you said that, because I've said that before. When I get into a gym and it's got that smell,
leather.
That's my smell.
Yep.
Rates in red, Curtis in blue.
Curtis, shorter obviously, but stay right in front of her opponent, not afraid.
Yeah. Mina Curtis is 4 feet 11 inches tall and likes to use a body attack.
She's cutting the distance down now.
Oh, nice overhand right. You got to expect an overhand right from someone that's a disadvantage by height.
She keeps them gloves high.
She does.
Yep, that's important.
Now, what you'd want to see by Rates is, utilize that length, use your feet a little bit.
Yeah.
I'd like to tell amateur fighters that you can win bouts with your feet. It's not just with your hands.
Yep.
Oh, nice right hand.
Yep, establishing that distance is so important.
Nice right hand.
Rates answering with some good blows herself.
Yeah, when you're facing a taller opponent, you're going to take a few coming in.
Yeah.
I hated having taller opponents, but like Curtis, you find a way, like the Mike Tysons of the world, you find a way to make it your advantage. And that's what some of the great shorter fighters did. And it looks like that's what Curtis is doing. He's staying close. He's putting pressure on. It isn't always a disadvantage.
Right.
Sophia Reyes is interested in a career in nursing.
That's fantastic.
Beautiful.
Maybe she could do something about her bloody nose.
She's going to go to, I think she's going to go to Gannon University. No, that was her. No, that is. Oh, damn, he's 26.
Oh.
I'm thinking of 1926, right?
Gannon.
Yes.
That's impressive.
Curtis in blue.
And
Rates in red. That first round was kind of swung both ways there and stuff.
Well, no surprise, Curtis
was strong. She was coming in and landing some blows. Near the end of the round, Rates was coming back, getting her distance a little more, like you were saying, and she was landing that long right hand.
Well, no surprise, Curtis's favorite fighter is Mike Tyson, because she has not only that similar build, but that frame where she's standing right in front of him. She's got a little bit of a head move to the right there.
She's almost peekaboo.
A little bit.
They got a couple of punches in there.
When she is in
Curtis
range, she
did.
lets her hands go. Curtis.
Sophia Ray, it's using her height advantage.
Yeah.
Well,
Making a little step here and there, also using her legs a little bit, like Joe had said. See, I can't go wrong when I say Joe. You know?
We'll both respond. Well, she's working that jab, right? She's got to just keep moving to her left. A lot of determination by Curtis, staying right there, right in the pocket.
and Nina Curtis has a good short jab, but it is hard to reach
I agree.
her opponent.
We're waiting the bell for the end of the second round.
It's a nice round, too.
Well, Nina says, you know, that the Mission Bouts has really guided her in ways both physical and mental. And that's everything we've been talking about so far tonight. Stuff, getting in great shape, but also having that mental discipline and stuff that know you can compete and know that you can prevail and know that you can win and go on to use those skills in other parts of your life and stuff. Your wife alluded to that with you. You know, how you've been very successful in your current career after being so successful in your boxing career.
Well, that's very nice of my wife to say that. That's, but you know, it's just, I can't. I'm overwhelmingly impressed by these young men and women and their upbringing and what this institution has taught them. You know, Sophia just said, geez, after a 90-year tradition, what an honor it is just to be a part of this program.
I know.
Yes.
I mean, we're amongst some really elite individuals tonight. And boxing aside, these kids are all going places.
Now we're getting serious.
Yeah.
It's a great opening to round
Mina's-
3.
She's boring in. Get some body punches in.
There, now Rach is showing her arm length. But Curtis recovered nicely. She was tired. She got that minute rest, and that's what you want to see. They get that minute rest, they come out hard again, you know?
Yep.
That means that fighter came ready.
Coach Cat separates them momentarily. 10 seconds.
Curtis has got to look for that overhand right.
Yep. Yeah, this is
Oh, that's a great fight.
good
Great
fight.
job. Well
Good
done.
fight.
Good fight between
Well
those
done.
two males.
Yeah, they both showed some experience and
Our ring announcer is up in the center of the ring. He'll be awaiting the decision of the judges.
Let's take a moment to acknowledge our corner coaches for tonight. All 4 of these gentlemen are Aquinas grads and boxing program grads. In the red corner, Dylan Pup and Henry Kaister. We will see more of them both tonight. And the blue corner, Josh Leonardo and Mike Quinlan.
And every one of those guys in the corners were Aquinas boxers here.
The tradition continues.
Yeah.
It's just, that's what's wonderful about it. There are many parents in the crowd, might even be a few grandparents in the crowd that have experienced this tradition. What's make this event so wonderful.
Number 4, in the red corner.
Sophia Rates, senior, Sophia Rates. Just eked out a victory, well deserved. But again, a wonderful matchup, a competitive fight by 2 young shining stars.
Very good fight.
It's so wonderful, Joe and Jim, to see our special guest, Ray Boom Boom Mancini, give a standing ovation after every fight.
Yeah.
You know, I know that everyone in this crowd knows what it takes as an amateur level to get in this ring. I know that everyone in the crowd appreciates the entertainment they're putting on, the hard work they put in, but it's really maybe only a former fighter that really understands what's going on in the locker room in their head, what's going on in their gut as they're walking to the ring, as their friends and families are in the crowd. What's going on as a local television camera is in the corner of the ring, and you know, I mean, it just takes a lot, win or lose, and I'd love to see his excitement and his appreciation of the athlete.
And that's something that you know firsthand.
Tommy Maggio, he's been here before. Braden Lennox.
Now that's a fighter's name right there, Braden Lennox.
Taking on Tommy Maggio. I got a grandson named Braden that you sent gloves to.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
he's disappointed he couldn't be here tonight because he's with his dad.
And Braden has a brother on the team that's fighting tonight as well.
He does, and both these Lennox boys, they can handle themselves. You know?
Yep.
Tommy Maggio thinks he can too, so we're gonna.
These guys look light in their feet. Maggio's coming out in the red corner.
Yep.
Now these guys are throwing some punches with intent. Throwing uppercuts. We're seeing a little more advancement here in the development.
Tommy got a big support.
Yeah, he does.
Up here,
he definitely has a reputation.
You got to pace yourself, though. Move around a little bit. Oh, that's okay. Coach doing a great job in there. Doing a great job. Keeping the fighters safe. Braden, a little height advantage. You might want to utilize that jab a little bit. Let's see what kind of conditioning Maggio has, because he is coming out firing.
You always got that one popular fighter here that gets the crowd going.
And that's Tommy Maggio.
But Braden doesn't seem to be fazed by the attack.
No, not at all. And he keeps coming forward. The taller fighter is putting the pressure on, which is kind of unique. Maggio's pumped up.
Maggio struts back to his corner. He put on a good first round show.
He's got a little showman in him.
Yeah.
For sure. He's very enthusiastic about this program, that's for sure.
Putting out a good fight.
Braden Lennox is a soccer player also, so you know he's got good lungs.
That's right. Some of the fittest athletes in the world.
And I believe that his dad, Dan, I believe he was a Aquinas boxer here too from years past.
Is his dad work with him?
I'm sure he's going to be here.
Yeah.
At the end.
I'm sure.
They give the awards.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
A couple of previous fighters in the evening walking out with ice on their eye, ice on their nose. I mean, these young, tough athletes just deserve all the utmost respect.
It's standing and ready to go.
Here we go, opening round 2. Maggio comes straight out. Braden's got a nice stance, but Braden's got to utilize that jab.
Braden trying to be the aggressor.
It'd be interesting to see Braden take a step back and move, to see what Maggio does.
He's almost cutting off his effectiveness by
I would like to see Maggio. It's almost like Maggio seems more comfortable moving.
Yeah.
But you might want to throw him off his game and take a step back.
Yeah, Braden Lennox more effective here in the second round.
A couple even body shots from these guys. I mean, I saw a couple of nice uppercuts from Braden too. I mean, you could tell he's certainly been training, and someone's been throwing him some nice combinations. Now Maggio might be slowing down a bit.
Nope.
He burned a lot of energy.
Like you said earlier, I think the soccer in Braden is going to keep him going right now.
Boom. Interesting and good second round.
That's right.
Braden Lennox came out a little bit stronger in round 2.
Well, Braden Lennox doesn't need to lose any weight, but these tall, lanky fighters have good leverage on their punches.
but he's trying to keep the heat on him. I would like to see him like slow down a little bit, back up a step, so he gets more effectiveness out of his blows. His range is a little bit, gets more on the punch and stuff.
Man,
But-
Joe, I always hated the tall and lengthy opponent. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would rather have a big, strong, wide, short, doesn't matter. The tall, lengthy Tommy Hearns, as I mentioned earlier,
Right,
physique always worried me. Always worried me. Speed wins fights. Movement wins fights.
Yeah.
And that threw me off. That might be different for another fighter, but that's what threw me off.
Remember,
Coming up to round 3 here of an exciting fight between Tommy Maggio in red and Braden Lennox in blue. This ought to be a real war this third round here.
Well, Maggio
Well,
recovered
they're-
well from round 2. And these guys are
they're both very busy.
this is where
Lennox is busy and he's also composed.
this is where the Lennox's straight punches could
Yeah.
make the difference. Just a quick timeout to check his nose. He's looking good.
This is where conditioning comes in.
That's right.
The last
you
round.
Said it. I'm gonna tell you, Lennox doesn't look windy.
No, he's a strong,
He-
he's strong. And his
he put-
coaches really raved about him and his brother in the training, how well they did in training.
There comes Tommy.
That overhand right. He's made a home for that overhand right this round.
Coach
You know-
Cat trying to get them both to slow down. And also, they're trying to, they want to keep it safe.
They got to close this round hard, both of them.
Yep.
That's a great
Wow.
fight.
There's the bell, a really good
That
fight. A really
was a
good
great
fight between Tommy Maggio
Good.
in red and Braden Lennox in blue.
Have not seen a fighter back down yet. It's been impressive.
Yeah, very impressive.
You
That's the
mentioned
thing, over all the years that I've been part of this, you hardly ever see anybody that has any given.
that's what makes it so entertaining.
Well, Tom,
Jim Cassidy, Joe Pantanaleo, and of course, maybe Joe Macy, the legendary Buffalo heavyweight,
Okay,
who
stand
was
up.
once the #1 fighter in the world according to NBC. He retired undefeated as a professional with a record of 36-0, including 29 knockouts. Ladies and gentlemen, big thank you to these gentlemen again for giving their time to be with us tonight. Ladies and gentlemen,
That's a nice jacket you got too.
Oh, thanks. My wife dresses me.
in the blue corner,
Whoa!
Lennox.
Again, could have gone either way.
Could have gone either way, is right.
But look at two proud young competitors, both winners in my book. They put on a great show, and no one stepped backwards, and that's just what we came to see tonight.
yeah, Tommy Maggio prided himself on always staying in condition, even over the last 2 years, and he needed it tonight.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
We mentioned earlier, these are amateur fights. They're not long. Conditioning is everything. That's obvious. But in a 3-round bout, it's important to finish strong.
The fighters for bout number 6. In the red corner, a
Braden Lennox was only a freshman. I think he's got a bright future in this program.
Referee in this fight again is Jim De
in the
Niro.
blue corner, in her final Mission Bouts appearance, the 2019 Freshman Fighter of the Night, Giovanna Tomaszewski.
Tomaszewski. That's an impressive name, Giovanna Tomaszewski. Both seniors. Looks pretty evenly matched up physically. Same height.
So Giovanna, she was the freshman fighter of the night a few years ago, back in 2019.
That's exciting. She's got some experience.
And here we go.
Elena Del Coro, she's in red.
Elena's got a nice jab. Giovanna is opening up with the southpaw position, which is girls look like sisters.
So Jim De Niro, he's giving Giovanna a mandatory 8 count. Must have seen her get hit with a hard
Safety
blow.
first.
Safety
That's
first.
right. Well, I'll correct myself, Joe. Earlier I said the tall, lengthy fighter I dislike. No, I dislike southpaws.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
I actually dislike most anyone with ability that was in front of me.
Well, I think don't most fighters avoid southpaws?
Oh, God,
No?
yes. It was not my strength as a fighter.
But you know, when I was younger, it was almost 99% orthodox fighters.
Oh,
Very
sure.
few southpaws. It really wasn't until Hagler came around that, you know, he was really the southpaw that made the big impression on everybody.
To where some fighters,
Yeah.
which were born orthodox, might even
Yeah.
switch, and because they
Yeah.
saw the real advantage.
Yeah.
I did not come across a ton of southpaws in my career. A handful as an amateur. I mean, I had 90 or fights or so, but maybe 1 or 2 in the professional ranks. Most commonly known was Vasily Jurov, who was an incredible southpaw cruiserweight, and southpaws, as you know, they're very, very difficult to face. Everything you've been training for years or months or whatever at a time is coming at you like you know, looking in a mirror at an opposite
Sure.
rate. So.
And a famous southpaw who visited the Mission Bouts years ago. But back then, they turned him around and he became, you know, a regular orthodox style fighter was Charles Sonny Liston.
Oh, you know what? Is that fact? That's a fact, huh? That's impressive. Commonly known, you're facing a southpaw. You know, Elena here, you want to drop that right hand when you feel the timing is right and you're comfortable. Like just like that, she's throwing that right hand. It's becoming just as effective as your jab, so. Great round 2.
Okay.
Bell in round 2, Elena Del Corvo in red and Giovanni Tomaszewski. She's in blue.
Tomaszewski, I think.
Tomaszewski. You interviewed her, right?
I did not. Not this time. But I'm familiar with the name.
Oh, okay. Wow, you would be. Joe's a retired English school teacher.
I think I had a Tomaszewski at one point.
Oh, did you? Yeah. And Joe is one of the fine boxing writers in this area. He recently come out with a book called The Hit. And I tell you, I really recommend it to everybody. It's a great read. He interviews several great names like Angelo Dundee and Carmen Basilio and Ernie Shavers and George Chiavallo. And it's a tremendous read. And I would advise anybody that likes boxing really
Joe,
pick him up.
what drove you to write that book and choose the fighters that you did?
Well, I had met a number of former champions and contenders.
Sure.
At attending various fights, boxing banquets, and so on. And they were approachable, and I realized I had an opportunity to talk to them and capture their memories.
Yeah. Untold stories that it's great to hear that about. Well, it doesn't have to be a professional boxer, any professional athlete. Stories that the general public just don't know, and that's what makes those types of stories and books exciting.
Our referee, Jim Denaro, was talking to both these boxers right now. Giovanni Tominowski is in blue, and Elena Del Corvo, she's in red. Pretty even fight so far.
Elena in the red, she wants to study sports medicine. That's impressive.
Elena getting a warning from referee Denaro about pushing off. And there's the bell.
Wow.
In the third, was that the third round?
That's the third and final round.
Third and
That's
final
right.
round of this fight between Giovanna Tominowski and Elena Del Corvo. And I'm really bad on names like that, Joe, so forgive me.
So pretty evenly matched.
That was evenly matched. That was a very good fight.
They traded jabs, they traded right hands.
The first southpaw of the night.
And if you notice, through our first 6 fights, you'll see the matchmaking, how evenly these people are matched up.
Yeah, they've done a great job.
Yeah, it just speaks well of the program.
For all of his behind-the-scenes work tonight to make this evening a rousing success. Thank you very much, Ray Brown.
So many of them say it's an honor to be part of the tradition. It's just, in other words, it's not about me. It's about the team, the organization.
The institute, the community. Yeah, you're right. That's a great point, Joe. Well, they'll announce the winner, and the next fight will be the brother of Braden Lennox, who fought a few moments ago, Brody Lennox, against Josh Gleason. So that should be a good matchup.
I like the dad over here. He's got his daughter's name on his back, like.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fighters for bout number 7. In the red corner, going back to the Lennox family well, 8th grader, Brody Lennox.
Well, we've got another Lennox in the ring.
I was expecting that.
Yeah.
And the blue corner, your 2020 freshman fighter of the night, 3rd-year boxer, Josh L.J. Gleason.
Wow. Now look at Josh Gleason. This guy's got to be about 6'2".
L.J. Gleason against Brady Lennox. This fight should have a lot of fireworks.
Look at the height on Gleason. Favorite boxer of Gleason's, Shannon Briggs.
Shannon
Now
Briggs.
that guy, that's an interesting.
That's a very interesting one.
I mean, look, he's a great fighter. He's a world champion, and the guy knows how to excite and entertain. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Yep. He was a fast starter.
Yes, he was. These guys are both showing some speed. Some good speed.
Lennox is in red. Gleason, he's in blue.
Yeah, Gleason is tall.
He is tall. You want to utilize that height. Lift that head up.
Yeah.
Oh, nice overhand right by Lennox.
Coach Kev checking out Gleason. These two boys want to get at each other.
They do. What you want to tell a young, inexperienced fighter, I remember, and it was hard for me as well, Jim and Joe, is to keep them at the end of your punches. You know, they're kind of on top of each other. You want, especially two young guys like this, they have long arms. You don't want to smother them so much. There's a time and place for that, but right now you want to utilize these guys. They got these long arms. You wish you could say, just take a step back. That's a nice overhand right by Lennox.
Yeah, I'd like to see Gleason and Blue keep his hands up a little bit better.
Yep. Utilize your height.
But, he just got in a great right.
Great combination there. That was a great combination.
There's the bell.
Great way to end round one.
Got in a couple heavy punches there.
My hearing must be going because I haven't been hearing these bells ring.
You know, that makes two of us.
Really?
I hear bells all day, Jimmy. That's what happens.
And Lennox is only in 8th grade. That's
well, that's impressive. He's built, like a senior, isn't he?
Yeah, you get quite a growth spurt in 8th grade, I think. As I recall.
I got my growth spurt after I got out of high school, so I can imagine how big this kid's going to be in about 4 years.
Jim, I got to tell you, where do you think the name Baby Joe came from? I was not just the youngest in my family. I was the youngest in my grade. I matured very late. I remember going into 12th grade, still have not quite grown yet. And I don't know what happened, because I continue to grow to this day, but it was...
And you got into boxing late, like 19.
Yeah, it was real late, 19 years old. I was older than these kids. Oh, we had a mouthpiece come out, there you go. That's a great combination again. I love the heart that Gleason's got, man.
Yeah, Gleason's really coming on in this round, but just took a punch.
Wow, Gleason really coming out.
Yeah, it's a smothering attack.
Straight punches. You want to throw straight punches.
Lennox is feeling this little change in
they are exhausted. Here. That was an incredible round. They're exhausted. You wonder what would happen if they just took a step back and just wait for someone to come in, because, well, they both ate right hands right there.
Gleason snarled at Lennox and then attacked him.
Oh, great fight.
Boy, what a round.
Oh, that's right.
That was interesting. First time I've seen that.
That's a great fight. That's great.
Snarled at him and then attacked him.
Got one more round to go. This is going to be interesting.
Good fight so far between L.J. Gleason and Brady Lennox, two very popular fighters here in this auditorium.
Yep. Brady Lennox likes football and basketball as well. It's good to be an all-around athlete.
His favorite fighter is Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd Mayweather. I was on the 1996 U.S. Olympic team with Floyd Mayweather.
Is that right?
What an incredible fighter, as we all know. That's obvious. Probably the best that's ever been in the ring. But it was fun to be able to have the opportunity. What a great honor was to kind of grow up in the sport with him.
Sure, and he got robbed in the Olympics.
And he sure did get robbed. He got robbed in the Olympics. That should have been our 1996 gold medal, because we did not get any that year. But he certainly proved differently when he became a pro, because he's one of the best to ever live.
And these two boys open up, both eating right hands.
Look at that, nice overhand right. They're both connecting.
Oh.
They're both connecting.
Lennox in red, Gleason in blue.
This last 30 seconds is going to be all heart. Who's got the heart?
Yeah, Gleason, he's kind of dropped his classic boxing stance for.
That's what happens when you get tired, Joe. You know, you lose everything.
I believe it.
Everything that was taught to you goes right out the window.
There goes a mouthpiece. Oh. Yeah. Oh, I thought it went on the floor. It didn't go on the floor.
Action resumes. Lennox in red, Gleason in blue. How do you like it, guys?
Great fight.
Oh.
Great way to close
Wow.
it. This could go to either fighter.
All right,
What a
good
great
fight.
way to finish.
Good
Great way
fight.
to
Good
finish.
fight. You got to hand it to these young men.
That was excellent.
They gave their all.
That was excellent.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to remind you there is a 50-50 raffle going on right now. The jackpot is over $1,600 right now. We will continue selling tickets for the next few bouts. The ticket sellers going around the arena tonight. Again, the jackpot right now over $1,600.
Hello, sir. Billy Shade, how are you?
Oh.
Good. How you doing, Joe?
Hi, Billy.
Good to see you. Nice to see you too. Yeah. How's everything? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. This is Billy Shade.
Billy, how are you?
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of bout number 7 in the blue corner,
Josh Gleason.
Well, he's pleased with his victory.
So Gleason gets the win, and that's you can't say it's an upset when it's that close.
No, you can't.
Well, he definitely took a page out of Shannon Briggs' notebook.
That's right. That's right.
there are concessions being sold as well. Lots of good things to eat tonight.
No, it's been a great show.
A great show.
Wow.
It's been a great show. We got 5 more fights left. So we got a lot of action-packed entertainment.
Joe, if I may say this now, I want to give you a copy of my book, and I am going to be working on a second edition. And if you would, I would like you to be interviewed for the second edition.
Joe, I mean, you got to be kidding me, because I was going to ask you off air to get a copy of your book. Where would I get a copy? So I'm so honored to have this, and even more honored I would love to be a part of your second book and second chapter, if you will. And I have a lot of stories to share. So, what an incredible honor. I mean, look at some of the names I'd be following. That's great. Thank you, Joe.
I'm sure you do have a lot of good stories.
That's wonderful. I can't wait to dig deep into this.
Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm surrounded by a couple good Joes here.
I mean, Jose Torres, he was went on to be the New York State Athletic Commissioner, and obviously an iconic name in the sport. This is just incredible.
Some of these men just really opened up to me, and I had so much fun doing it.
To hear, there's something about a former professional fighter's history and background and what made them who they are.
Thanks for all you do.
And I'm happy to be a part of it. Tell you all about it.
Ray, you're so trim.
Always fit, Ray.
Well,
You're always fit.
I like to eat, drink my wine, so you gotta make it. Look, you gotta to make it a good lifestyle. You know what I mean? You gotta make it a lifestyle. Work it out. You gotta make.
Yeah.
But I don't work out no more than a half hour a day. Half hour. My doctor told me about 8 years ago. He said you gotta work out smarter, not harder. I said, my new mantra. Smart, because if it's like the guy does 10 push-ups a day for 5 days, or you try to do 50 push-ups one day, and then you can't do nothing the rest of the time.
That's great. That's a great way to look at it.
So that's how I do it. I 30 minutes, and I enjoy it. And I had a shoulder replacement last June, a whole shoulder replacement.
That's a big procedure.
It is.
It is.
I just bought a heavy bag a month ago, and I just started hitting the bag about 2 weeks ago. I had hit the bag over a year and a half. It felt great, So I do box workout, but 5-minute rounds, but I do plyometrics. You know, box, jump on, jump off. You know, not the big box, the small box. You know, a jump rope, shadow box with the hand. You know, so I
But
mix
again,
it up.
you're increasing your heart rate. You're taking a breath, increasing your heart rate, doing some intermittent training.
Correct. And I do the box workout like once, maybe twice a week. But I do, like my wife got the Peloton app for strength work. So I'll do 10-minute cardio, then I'll do 20-minute strength work, upper body.
Okay.
And that's working out smart.
That's
Where
right.
30 minutes a day. You don't have to do 90
No,
minutes,
no,
2 hours a day, and then you're doing it wrong.
Right,
And especially
exactly.
a little older, we're not you have to put
No, that
250
you just
pounds
said
on the
it.
bar.
As I said, at that time, when I just turned 61 today, but when I was 53, 54, and then he said, man, you know, look, you're 54. He says, you gotta, you know, you can't be beating your body up. You gotta, you know, I do yoga once a week. So I used to do it 3 times, and then I do it twice, now I'm down to 1. But it's the best thing to open up the body, you know.
I agree.
So
you know, I love to see when former athletes, former fighters get into yoga. I'm pretty flexible for a fat guy, Ray.
No.
So I love yoga.
understand.
I
No,
do love
me too.
yoga. I love yoga.
I wish I was doing it when I was fighting.
Yeah.
I would have been a
that's-
perfect counterbalance for the grind, you know.
I agree with that.
Because it opens you up. It would have been a perfect counterbalance. So, but I do it now, so.
It should be a part of every athlete's
It should
practice.
be, right.
But I want to thank you for joining us here in Rochester at the 90th anniversary. 90th anniversary. They've been doing this very event at this wonderful institute, and it means so much to us to have you here.
Joe, I'm so happy to be here. And I got to tell you, I'm so pumped seeing this. I've been trying to get boxing when I was in California. I was in California for 30 years at my son's high schools. They wouldn't allow it. You know, and so, but now, I just talked to now I'm back in Youngstown. And when I knew I was coming here, I talked to my old, the new, they don't call principal now, he's the president of the school. They have a principal and a president. All right, I figured that one out. At my old high school, he said, I asked him, would you be interested? He said, Ray, if you get enough kids interested, I'd do it. I'd be interested. So I'm hoping we get something like this in Youngstown.
Ray, I would love to be a part of that. I just said to my friend Jim Cassidy here, why is this the only high school institute? There should be more institutes nationwide that are celebrating not only this sport, but it brings a brotherhood and a
That's
sisterhood.
exactly right.
It does something. They're giving back to their community.
Joe, look
they're
at the-
doing
look at the-
something.
look at
And
the
they're-
stands filled with this.
And they're creating little warriors, not just in the ring for 2 minutes, but like they're just creating little warriors, and they're creating friends. And you got to see the
That's right.
messages these
That's
kids
exactly
are writing. They're loving this experience. It's a tradition. There are grandparents here that were part of this. There are fathers that were part of
As
it.
I'm hearing this.
And it's just so great for the community, for the
It is.
area, for the fighters.
The fact that they could do what other, like they make trips to Cincinnati Moeller is the other one. Now my old high school, I used to play the Moeller's a big football powerhouse, you know, it's in Ohio. But they have a boxing team, so I guess Aquinas makes a road trip, and they come here every other year.
Sure.
It's back and forth. Why couldn't Mooney, my old high school, be a part of that? And be a part of what Youngstown, or come here, go to Cincinnati. So you could do it. It can be done. It can be done. So
Yeah.
I hope we get more schools. They do wrestling. Everyone does football. Why wouldn't do boxing when it's one-on-one?
Well, it's always said it's not really a collegiate sport, but why isn't it?
Right.
It should be.
Couple
'Cause it
colleges do have
A
it.
few.
A few,
There
not
should be
many.
more.
That's
There should
right.
be more high school and college programs
right.
because it's a wonderful sport that builds discipline, that
That's
builds
right.
strength, friendships, commodity. I mean, my
help make
opponents
me-
are my brotherhood.
Sean, I'm sure you know, help make me the man I am. and I'm
That's
sure
right. That's right.
You had an amazing career,
Well, I
Ray.
think I had a good run, and I was proud of it. No, but and I'm very proud of it. But time to move on, and ego gets in the way. And you think, wow, I retired when I was 24 because I had no love for it. But I came back to Camacho because that was personal. But then that was it. But then I came back a couple years later, and that was ego. And ego, you know what ego does? Ego gets you your butt kicked, figuratively and literally, in life and love, right? And I lost the way I should have. I should have no business being in there. I didn't want to be in there. I knew, training. I had a great training camp because training camp's a dress rehearsal, right?
Yeah.
So,
Sure.
but
it
resolved it. There's no more what ifs.
I've had the pleasure of seeing Ray after in recent years at different events. But what's great about Ray, and this is about all former professional legends like that he is, but the success after the career. You know what I mean? Because it's not as popular or as common, I guess. The success after the career, the family life he's created, and the relationship with his rich history with his dad, but what he's done for the sport and what he continues to do and travel around for the communities, it's the success after the career that I like to see.
Still lead a full life.
That's right.
Yeah, it's
I'm going to let Jim ask a question.
Jim.
Why, that's it. You're getting the hook. They're getting the hook. Jim, they're getting the hook on me.
Excellent. Excellent.
One thing, I
was at your fight in Madison Square Garden.
All right, you ready? All right, Ray, we got some kids over there waiting for you.
Go see it.
All right, hey Ray, I'm gonna have you go this way this time.
Actually, we're going to go that
Yeah,
way.
wait,
Less
let's go.
people. Thank
Okay.
you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are moments away from beginning the second half of tonight's fight card. Please return to your seats. We're about to be ready to go. Before we begin the second half of tonight's fight card, I want to say a couple of thank yous. First of all, to the best team mom the boxing team could ever have, Amy Gleason and Kelly Wegman were instrumental in planning and executing all of the events tonight, keeping the coaches organized, keeping the ring announcers organized, and also huge thank you to Sarah Rember for her support this evening. Also a big shout out to Joe Foley, class of 1970, who has been in charge of the Mission Bouts 50-50 raffle for what feels like forever. You can find him moving around this evening, selling tickets. Again, the jackpot for the 50-50 raffle is over $1,600.
Tyler Wegman. That's a familiar name.
I want to give a shout out to our team moms, Kelly Wegman and Amy Gleason, for the great job they did helping us put this whole program together. You know, they worked hard to get all the interviews completed with these fighters, the information that we're using tonight, and we appreciate them so much. And also our past team mother, Tekla Baum, who has helped us out again tonight with setting up the interviews with Ray Mancini.
In the blue corner, attending the University of Tampa in the fall, the first in this family to participate in the Aquinas boxing program, Tyler Wegman.
Did he sign it? Oh yeah, he did sign it. Thank you.
And in the red corner, Tyler Wegman's fight out of the red corner. In the blue corner, Tyler's cousin, the family affair in this bout, a sophomore, Jack Shotgun Shimmo.
Well, Tyler Wegman in the red corner, a familiar name from the Wegman family. Against
Of that Wegman family, yes. I'm not sure if there's the relation, but I wouldn't be surprised.
I would not be surprised because they are from this area.
Yeah.
Against his
That's a
cousin.
good question. This is our 8th bout of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tyler Wegman in red and Jack Shimmo in blue.
I see some strength from Wegman in his punches in the red. He's got a nice jab. That's a nice straight right hand. That's a couple of nice shots right there. Jack's got to lift his head up a little bit. He's in the southpaw stance, Jack, in the blue.
Sometimes when you got your head low like that, you can't see what's coming at you.
No, you want to duck the chin, pull the chin in, but keep the eyeballs up.
So Jack's got a little nosebleed here we're taking care of.
Well, what I mentioned earlier about fighting someone in the southpaw stance, you know, there's really, they say there are a lot of different attributes and things you could do to combat a southpaw, but really some of the best thing is just pressure him. Put your face on his chest, stay close, it really won't matter what his stance is then, you know?
Yeah.
And that's exactly what Tyler Wegman.
Whoop, we got a slip or a knockdown. We got bloody nose anyhow. We're giving him an 8 count.
Gonna give him the proper 8 count. He needs a minute. Might want to check his nose out.
So I think he
Just gonna take a look at his nose.
Yeah.
Yep. It's frustrating for a fighter.
Yeah.
You know.
So Jim De Niro, he issued that 8 count. That was a pretty good right-handed that Tyler Wegman landed. And this fight has been stopped. So this fight is stopped in
this fight is stopped.
Referee stops contest fight.
In round 2 might be best. Got to protect that nose.
Yeah. So our winner is going to be Tyler Wegman. And Tyler's mom, Kelly, she's the lady that's been helping us out here with this show. She's one of the team moms.
It's a good performance. I know
We're
Jack.
always on the side of safety here.
That's too bad because Jack Schimmel saw his first bout.
Oh, wait, there.
Oh,
They're
we're
not calling it. They're gonna let him fight.
They're going to
We're
let him
back
go.
on,
They're gonna
okay.
let him go, and I like that. Jack's
All right.
got a lot of heart.
All right, Jack.
I think I heard the bell.
I think that's the end of round 2.
That's the end of the second round.
End of round 2.
Jack Schimmel said he attended the Mission Bouts 2 years ago, and he said he knew he just wanted to do it.
Yeah.
So here we are.
We got a doctor looking at Jack, making sure that that nose is okay.
Jack's favorite boxer, Canelo Alvarez. I mean, so that goes to tell you, there's a guy that is following the sport of boxing in today's world. Canelo is one of our best active world champions today.
Yes.
He is. He's one of the best, if not the best. He seems to improve with every fight. He likes the challenges of going up in weight.
I agree.
And
most entertaining fighter.
His fights with Gennady Golovkin were classics. I didn't agree with the decision on the first one,
but
it was an incredible war. But right now, if they were to fight today, I gotta think that Alvarez has grown too strong.
I would agree. In his most recent fights, last 3 or 4, I've watched him and the things that he's doing in the ring, his head movement, his footwork, getting in and out, not getting hit, his defense, that uppercut. Everything has really come together a little later in his career. I just happen to think he's unbeatable right now, and maybe the most exciting fighter in the world.
A terrific fighter. Triple G was an amazing fighter, but I think he got the big fights too late in his career.
Well, a lot of it is the promoting too. They kept using him and put him fight after fight after fight after fight, and after a while, it kind of wears you down. Like Pacquiao, fight.
Sure.
All of a sudden, he goes to fight Mayweather, and he's been worn out from fighting so much.
Worn out or not, not many people have been blessed with the longevity that a Pacquiao has.
True.
Most fighters would have to have called it quits years ago. But I still think he's going to go on to live a healthy, nice lifestyle.
I've seen fighters that are in tough fights, and they get old quicker.
Yeah, he has that gift. I'm not saying he should continue to go on, but he has that gift where he can go on, much like Mayweather does.
Jack Schimmel looking better here in round 3. Tyler Wegman giving him a lot of respect.
Hey, Jack came out with a little spunk this round.
But I like Tyler Wegman's straight punches. He just got a couple of good rights in there.
I felt that was more of a case of him being off balance.
Yeah, I'd agree. I'd agree with that. I agree. I like the safety, but I agree.
And there's the bell end in that round. That's good. Jack got to go the distance. I think. Wasn't it at the end of the third round?
I have thought it was.
I guess I was wrong. That was the end of the second round.
Keep in mind, Jack Schimmel, he is just a sophomore. Tyler Wegman is got 2 years on him as a senior, so you got to give him a lot of credit.
He's also a soccer player and lacrosse player, Tyler Wegman. So he's a well-rounded athlete.
You could tell. Look, I mean, you could tell by his frame. He comes conditioned.
Yeah.
You could just tell that kid's an athlete.
Yeah.
Okay, we got Tyler Wegman in red. This is the 8th bout of the night against Jack Schimmel. He's in blue. We've been through 2 hard rounds here.
This will be interesting.
Jim, you could fill us in. The next fight, they have alum fighting against the senior. Is that right? They do that? Do they do that?
Yeah, they've done that before when they...
That's fun. That's fun. It's interesting. It's an exhibition, of course.
Because sometimes fighters fall out the last
Of course.
minute.
I love that. I love that.
And yet the kid that has earned his way to fight.
Sure.
This is his night. We still want to make sure that he gets to be.
I get it. As long as they're not calling me up, that's great. Nice. Jack Schimmel's got a lot of heart.
Oh.
He's got a lot of heart, but he's going to stop it in protection of that nose. That nose is going to continue to bleed. Still. I can see his frustration, but he's got nothing to be ashamed of.
Yeah.
Nothing at all.
It's too bad, but that's boxing.
Ladies and gentlemen, we want to give a quick thank you to Chris Latowski, class of 1997. He is your DJ for this evening. Spin the tunes between bouts here tonight. Round of applause, please, for Chris Latowski, everybody.
Jim, if I'm not mistaken, my very first amateur bout was in Rochester, New York.
Was it?
I think so. If I think of the name, but yeah.
Well, both fighters embracing up here. We got Tyler Wegman.
Great fight.
Jake Schimmel. Great sportsmanship, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of bout number 8 in the red corner, Tyler Wegman.
Yep.
Lot to be proud of, those guys.
Yeah. Proud dad.
I'll tell you, early on in my career, I think it's when you started. I can't tell how many sparring sessions and even amateur bouts I had that might have been stopped because of a bloody nose. It just happened.
Well, I remember the first time I saw you fight, that was in Rochester, at Monroe Community College, and you won the Empire State Games.
Oh, that's right. That was 1993, Jim.
1993, yeah.
The guest of honor, Ray Guru Mancini, will be pulling the winning ticket. I have no knowledge he actually purchased it.
And I believe I was doing the TV then, commentating then, too.
I think that's where we met and became friends, Jim.
Yes, it was.
One of the better, early on in my career, my fondest memories, because my grandfather, who was a boxer, got to be there to enjoy it. Of course, my father, my mother, who has been passed on, was there. And I guess I didn't realize the magnitude of it then.
Yeah.
All right, here's your winner.
It was just a great
On
rating.
the red ticket, the winning 50-50 number, 214598. 214598. If you have that winning number, head on over to the merchandise table below the video screen to claim your prize.
Yeah, Ray looks great. He really stays in condition.
Joe, he always did. He always did.
With his style, you had to be in condition.
What a life and what a career.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fighters for bout number 9. This is an exhibition fight. In the red corner, class of 2013 and one of the Aquinas boxing coaches, Dylan Cup.
Cup.
And in the blue corner, a first-year fighter, senior Ben Dyer.
Well, we got a first-year fighter, senior, in the blue corner against an alum who does have some experience.
Yep, and he was a good alum. He's also one of the coaches of the program.
Well, I hope this senior knows what he's getting into. Again, every fighter, no matter what size or experience or grade level, just comes out like they have something to prove. They're not afraid. They're not timid.
Yeah.
That's what makes me so proud for every athlete tonight. Look at Ben in the blue. He's just not taking any breaks. Opened up. He's got a nice little crouch there. He's protected.
It's payback time for all them push-ups and sit-ups he's had to be doing. Ben Geyer, he's in blue.
Yeah, but,
Coach Dylan Cup, he's in red.
Dylan Cup making it a nice exhibition.
Nice, good first round. It's a great first round. You know, I saw Ray Mancini a couple of years ago in Buffalo. We had a dinner event, and it was fun to talk to him about the unique father-son relationship he had with his dad throughout his career, because I had a similar story and situation which he brought to my attention. You know, we have similar backgrounds in that sense. My father, and Jack Macy, was my manager, not my trainer, similar to his situation. And how often that's really not really looked down upon, but had a kind of a bad history in this sport, the father-son relationship, you know? But he and I kind of proved that story differently. You know, we had good relationships and experiences with our dad, being our manager, so we had a lot to talk about.
Well, that was one of the things that I wanted to talk about to both of you at the same time about, but me being an observer of both of you guys, I had great admiration for both of you and the love that your father had for you, you had for your father, Ray's father had for him, Lenny Boom Boom Mancini, and that he had for his dad also.
Yeah.
When he lost to Alexis Arguello, he was crushed by that loss because he was trying to win that for his father. Right. But he came back and beat Art Frias. Even though he got stunned in that round, he come back and he knocked him out in the first round to win the championship. He gave that belt to his dad because that was the belt that his dad didn't get a chance to fight for.
And it's been
the
great.
thing of it is, looking at you and your relationship with your dad, and looking at Ray and his relationship, has really been an inspiration to me in my relationship with my father and stuff. And I'm sure that people all over the country feel that same type of feeling that I have, and I thank you for that. Because
well, that's wonderful to hear. What a great pleasure and honor to hear that. I think in comparison, you know, it inspires you. Not that you're not inspired to win a fight no matter who your manager or trainer is, but when your father is so invested and impacted and looking out for you and wanting to protect you, but wants you to win and be the best, I think in a sense I was too, fighting for my father in a lot of ways. And I wanted to make him proud, more or less. And I think that's what Ray wanted. And if you haven't seen the story and life of Ray Boom Boom Mancini, it is sure one that's real. It's one to look at. It had its hardships, obviously, but it's a great story of overcoming and great legacy, man. He just did a wonderful thing for the sport and his community, and his family. So he's a great story.
Yeah.
He is a great story.
And a great
You're a
individual.
great story. And also, I remember Joe's dad. And Joe, we used to tell him that Joe was the best boxing writer in this area. And his dad was always so proud. He had that big happiness to him because he knew that he had a very talented son. So,
No kidding. That's great.
Yeah.
That is great, man.
We watched many a fight together. He was a good analyst. he would pick up on things.
And just hearing stories like that, and it makes me want to be, a better father. And just because we all had such wonderful fathers, and they want to make us better.
Yeah. It's an important job.
It's the best job I've ever had.
that's good. That's
Yeah.
great.
The best job I've ever had. Now, none of my kids will be fighters, which I've got 2 daughters and 1 son. And not real any interest in boxing, and that's just fine. Fine with me. They're going to find their own path. It's something they love to do.
Mixing it up a little bit more in this round.
This exhibition between Benjamin Geyer, he's in blue, and Coach Dylan Cupp, he's in red. Dylan Cupp, he was in the class of 2013, and Ben Guyer is in this year class of 22.
I'm impressed, but Geyer came ready, man. I mean, he's not looking winded. He's throwing a lot of punches.
Yep. Nice exhibition.
It was a good exhibition.
That was very good. Very good.
And it was good that Ben Geyer got to get out here and perform at his
That's right.
on his big night, In boxing, this is like going to the prom.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 50-50 winning raffle jackpot tonight was $985. $985.
Okay, sure.
Thanks for having us. For their support tonight. And every single dollar that was donated will be going to the Aquinas boxing program because the winner
I called her
of the
Amy.
raffle tonight, Mark Porsche, donated.
I hope not.
I think I've called it some different names too. Sorry. Great job.
I hope I called you Michelle. I thought I said, I was thinking of my, I thought I said Amy, and I go, Amy, what did I say that for? Thanks.
Oh yeah.
Okay. On my phone? Okay.
Very nice to meet you, Michelle. To make sure that you can hear anything going on during the award ceremony.
Thank you.
She's a lovely girl.
She is everything to me. She saved me, my wife Michelle. She's wonderful. Been married since 2008. She's wonderful.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fighters for bout number 10. Both these gentlemen are team captains this year. In the red corner, a senior, Graham Sly Fox.
Sly Fox. That's a good one.
It's a good one.
It's a good one.
Great. 2 captains. This is going to be good.
A recipient of the Dominic Ariel Award and the 2020 recipient of the Al Bucotto Award for dedication and the winner of Fight of the Night, Nick Smith.
Both have a lot of fan support.
Yeah, they,
Nick Smith and Graham Sly Fox. Forget to touch glove and put the hand right in the nose.
Nick's got a nice right hand.
yeah. Yeah, Nick Smith scoring here in the first round.
That's right.
Yep.
It's a nice long right hand.
There.
They're both showing a nice boxing stance, you know. You can tell they've got some experience, utilizing the ring okay.
Both guys are team captains, so I guess they're the
Oh,
examples.
that's a nice hard right hand by Nick Smith. Got to keep that left hand up. Graham Fox has got to keep his hands up.
Yes, he's got to maybe throw a few more punches, get his opponent's respect. Oh, it was a
Nick's really found.
It was a stinging. Oh,
Nick's found a home for that right hand.
I think we're.
Oh.
Nick Smith in blue, he had a strong closing to that round over there. Graham Fox right in his own corner.
Graham throws a little bit of a stiffer left jab and brings his hand straight back. He'll have a little defense to that right hand. And he won't throw so many right hands, but if he gets to throw a nice stiff left jab.
Now, Nick Smith had fight of the night against Mike Cerami in 2020,
Really?
which
He might be repeating.
yeah, that's
Nick is a track and field star. Shot put, discus, also does theater. He's an impressive, well-rounded young man. The band, advanced chorus, that's impressive.
Nick Smith, you know, he says that his favorite boxer was his head coach, Coach Dominic Arioli.
That's great. That's great.
And Dom has been coaching this program for like over 40 years.
Wow.
And he came up in the program.
Graham's got to keep those hands up a little more, maybe a little head moving inside. You just can't keep your head still in there.
and throw some punches.
But he is showing a lot of heart. Don't wait. You're right, Joe. You can't wait. You can't hesitate. He's getting in range, and you got to throw some punches. Get in range, throw some punches.
Smith wound up on that one. Fox keeps coming forward, even though he's taking a little bit of a nosebleed batter in there.
Maybe just not wanting to come straight in, you know? Making a home for that right hand. That's
a couple of good right hands by three good right hands.
Keep that left hand up, Graham. Keep that left hand up, Graham.
Nick Smith seems to have his rhythm here.
Maybe slip that right a little bit. Finish strong, guys. Finish strong.
Okay, we've been through 2 rounds. 2 spirited rounds between Nick Smith and Graham Sly Fox.
You know what I'm impressed by? The heart and determination by Graham. I mean, obviously Nick is accomplished, landing some good punches, but these kids, all impressive.
Nick Smith has achieved the Eagle Scout rank
Really?
in Boy Scouts.
It's pretty impressive.
It is. He's interested in the National Guard and college.
National Guard, Eagle Scout, and boxer. He's pretty
High achiever.
pretty good resume.
You know, how to be a better, it's taught him how to be a better leader, friend, and fighter. You know, that's.
Okay, round 3 of this exciting fight between Graham Sly Fox and Nick Smith.
Nick might come out in a southpaw stance.
Oh, watch that. Watch that backhand.
Yep. Nick is he's very well rounded. I mean, As a fighter, as an individual. Graham throwing straight punches. You just got to have a little head movement.
Smith landed a lot of unanswered punches there.
Yeah.
They don't seem to bother Graham Fox, though.
That's the incredible part of it all.
Yeah.
He didn't know. He just.
It's never really appeared. Oh, sorry.
And hasn't stopped moving forward. He just, that is not a quitter.
Fox in red, Smith in blue. We're winding down here in the third and final round. Both guys grabbing some air out of their mouth.
Come on, Graham. Come on, fight back. Fight back, fight back. All right, that's it.
Fight's over.
That's
good fight
That's
between
a
Graham
great fight.
Fox and
What?
Nick Smith.
What heart and determination from Graham Fox.
Yeah, Graham Fox really stood his ground.
He sure did.
He was, I mean, he took some punches, but he was undaunted.
Ladies and gentlemen, two quick announcements. If someone lost a pair of earbuds, they are over at the concession stand. And secondly, if everyone could please do their best to pick up your trash. Many staffers and Aquinas supervisors need to be here to let things pick up tonight, so all the help you provide before you leave will prevent them from having to be here until 1 in the morning. So please, once again, pick up your trash as much as you can tonight. Thank you.
Well, one of Graham Fox's hobbies, is, according to this, is cooking.
I saw that.
It's a popular thing.
You better like his meals.
Number 10, in the blue corner, Nick Smith.
Nick Smith captures the
Yeah.
win.
Smith showing a lot of talent, a lot of promise. But yet
Good.
Graham Fox showing a lot of heart and determination. You know, it's a crazy sport we are here involved in. You know, we all love the highly talented fighters, the Muhammad Alis and the Floyd Mayweathers and these guys that are all showcase great talent and don't get hit much. But then again, we love, respect, and are drawn to the Arturo Gottis and the Mickey Wards, and that's what we really want to see, you know? And it's fights like that and guys like Graham Fox that are in there willing to get hit and willing to keep fighting and keep moving forward, because that's what makes this sport so exhilarating and so exciting.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fighters for about number 11. This
Yeah.
is an exhibition bout. In the red corner, fighter from the class of 2009 and one of the Aquinas boxing coaches, Henry Keister.
Henry Keister was a four-time
In the blue
champion.
corner, a
That's
three-year boxer and
His
the
sister was a champion. His father was a champion.
No kidding.
Fight of the Night award.
Quite a legacy here.
The Crusher, Cerrone.
The Crusher. This is a nice matchup. It is an exhibition, but this should be fun.
Mike Cerami loves this.
A couple of big boys.
Henry Keister loves this. This is not the first time he's stepped in as a
Now you can tell he's been here before. Joe.
yeah.
But I like Mike's style. This is one of the first fighters we've seen that's got a little jolt, a little movement in his hips and his head, and he's really got a nice style. I like what I'm seeing.
Yeah, Mike Cerami's a tough kid, but he's got a tender side. His project last summer was raising a flower garden.
Really?
That's great. You got to love hearing that.
Yeah. Well, Mike Tyson raised pigeons, so you never know.
Boxers always have their tender side.
Yeah.
That's great. He even went to the body a little bit. Yeah, I like what I see here.
Yeah, he has some experience.
Yeah, you could tell. Look at that. That's really, really impressive. I like his form. It's great.
Good
opening
exhibition
round.
fight here between Mike Cerami and Henry Keister. Henry's sister Erica, she fought here a few years ago, and she was the fighter of the night. She won the fight of the night. And the next year they came back to fight again, and she again was in the fight of the night.
No
so this
surprise
is a fighting
there.
family.
Yeah.
It's a fighting family.
And he knows his history of boxing, and his favorite fighter is James Braddock.
James J. Braddock.
You got to know what his favorite movie is. So that's.
I just watched a thing on James J. Braddock's career the other night on YouTube.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Interesting man, for sure.
Sure.
And no surprise, Mike Cerami's favorite fighter is Joe Frazier, Smoking Joe Frazier.
Round 2 of our second last bout, and there's Mike opening up with a nice combination. He's got a nice jab. Both these fighters, you can tell with the experience, little head movement, little bob and weave there. Now, if Mike would want to step to the right, as Henry keeps moving to the left, he'll come with an overhand right. A little body work. I love that combination. But then Henry showing his experience and coming back with a couple of sneaky jabs.
Henry Keister graduated in 2009.
He's been out of the game for a while.
Yeah, but you can tell it's in him, that's for sure. Nice overhand right there by Mike.
But he's got to be keeping in shape to do this.
Yeah, sure.
He's one of the coaches here.
And give a good account of himself, yeah.
So many of these guys, these boxers, come back as coaches, you know.
Yeah, that's
corner people and stuff, you know.
that's inspiring, you know.
It is.
It's a lifetime of giving back.
And it says a lot about the program itself. They had so much fun. It meant so much to them. They made so many memories here, but they still want to remain a part of this and help other kids and be involved in the program. So it says a lot about what's happening here.
Mike Cerami said he joined the boxing team to get girls, but it didn't work. I guess they like football players and lacrosse players now.
He's only a sophomore, right?
And a sense of
I think
humor.
he's thinking all the time.
I don't think that's why anyone starts the sport of boxing. I don't know. Although I landed a fine one myself.
You did.
Well, apparently it works.
On their wedding day, on their wedding dance, they ended it by both of them doing the splits.
Wow. You really put on a show for him.
Well, as I said earlier with Ray Mancini, the yoga paid off.
Oh, yeah.
It might have caused a minor injury, but
I've been told good things about yoga.
it is great. It's very, very, very fun and enjoyable. So opening up to the third and final round, a great combination. I like how Mike works Henry when Henry's backed up against the ropes and in the corner.
And Henry responds.
He does. Well, an experienced fighter knows how to utilize the ropes, like a Mayweather and a James Toney. And you'd think because they're against the ropes, they're in trouble. yet they feel very at home there, you know? And that's what's a little dangerous. And Henry's got a little bit of that. You think he's relaxing and he's in trouble, but he's real sneaky.
And he's holding some back, too. You know, one thing I learned over the years is a coach never teaches his students everything that he knows.
No.
Because he still needs to be able to take over if he needs to.
And the fighters opening up a little more in this final round.
That's great. I'm very impressed by Mike Cerami. I'm very impressed. I really like what I saw that fight.
Good exhibition. In our 11th bout of the night, Mike Cerami and Henry Kaiser.
Exhibition fight, so a big round of applause for both fighters. In the red corner, class of 2009, Henry Kaiser, and the blue corner, Mike the Crusher Cerami.
That's great.
Good show.
Dr. Mirabelli, who is here tonight to watch over the safety of all athletes. He's a board-certified, fellowship-trained primary care sports medicine physician. He served as the team physician for St. John Fisher College, the Rochester Nighthawks, and SUNY Geneseo. He also served as a ringside physician for the New York State Athletic Commission. Two of Dr. Mirabelli's sports medicine fellows are also here tonight. Dr. David E. Lee and Dr. Robert Everly. Thank you very much, because without these three gentlemen, we are not holding this boxing event this evening.
Those are probably the three guys that Dominic wanted to see if you wanted to talk to him.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I'd be happy to. It's interesting, speaking about coaching, you know, if I'm not asked every day in Buffalo, in my hometown, why don't you coach? Why don't you train fighters? And I guess the answer is, you know, just because you might have been good at something, I don't think I'd be a good coach. Just because you were a good student doesn't mean you'd be a great teacher. And I think I could teach a young amateur some fundamentals. I really do. But do I think I would have what it takes to be a coach to train a Olympic athlete or a young pro or contender? I don't think I would have what it would take. I'm not sure, where I look at my trainer, Juan De Leon, who really found himself as being an impressive coach almost accidentally. But he has what it takes to be a coach, but wasn't a world contender by any means. It's kind of vice versa. And it's kind of funny who you find are some of the better coaches and some of the better fighters, but I just don't think I would have what it takes. It takes something special to be a coach, as it takes something special to be a student.
And Juan has turned out to be a great coach.
One of the best, in my opinion.
The Beast Douglas.
Bobby the Beast Douglas, he's in blue, and Jacob
Dychenko.
He's in
Jacob D.
He's in red.
Jacob D in red.
I think he's.
This is our final bout of the night, so you can imagine this is going to be a smoker. Mike Quinlan's our referee for this event.
And we're ready.
And round one.
Starting.
Oh, these guys are throwing good punches. It's a nice right hand by Jacob. They both got their chins tucked.
Well, Dychenko scored with a couple of good shots.
That's right. You want to take a step back. That's a nice jab. Nice jab by the Beast. I think Jacob's going to find a home for that right hand. It's
Jacob in red, Bobby in blue.
I like the way Douglas in blue bores in with that flurry. He throws at least 4 or 5 punches.
Yes, he does. He's got some good combinations. He even went to the body a minute ago. Great straight right, straight
Good
left
first
jab.
round. That's a real good first round.
Very good first round.
Very good round. It's going to come down to conditioning in this one.
You know, if you look at the fights overall, everybody's been in pretty good condition.
Really?
Everybody.
Yeah, they really have been.
Dashenko in red is inspired by the Daredevil superhero character on Netflix.
Really?
He said he uses boxing fundamentals to fight criminals.
Wow.
That's great.
I've got to catch that. I got to catch that one.
Yeah.
Never looked at myself as a superhero, but Bobby Douglas is the Beast's favorite fighter is Mike Tyson. Of course, it's got to be many people's favorite fighter. We all loved watching Mike be Mike in the 90s, and he left quite a legacy on this sport.
Well, he brought it back to respect as far as ability of the fighters.
Yes.
So many guys before that, they win a championship and couldn't defend it one time.
Yeah.
You know, and Tyson wiped all them guys out and cleaned it up more or less.
I like where Mike has come in recent years, and he's evolved and overcome his shortcomings and some of the things in his career, and really made a great name for himself. Continuing to go at it, both the Beast and Jacob, right in the center of the ring. It's a great matchup.
Both fighters very busy.
Jim, they took the 12-ounce gloves, is that right?
12-ounce gloves.
Just exchanging back and forth, back and
These
forth.
brave kids.
They get hit, but they don't give an inch.
No,
they
they
stay
don't.
right in there. They take what they have to take. And
You said it, Joe. That's exactly right.
You know, this is one, next to graduation, this is probably one of the biggest highlights of their life here. In school. You know, this performing in the mission bouts like this.
They'll talk about this with their kids. They'll talk about this with their grandkids. Many of these performers' children will come here.
That's why we like doing the video also, because they can always refer back to this. And,
That's right.
This is their moment.
I do like to watch the corner work, and I always wonder what they're saying.
I wish I could tell you. I say, give me some water.
So did you, when you and Juan were working in the corner together, did a lot of the stuff he say actually absorb into you?
It's hard to say this. You know, it's been a long time. I do remember, as I watched so many cornermen, as we all do when you're watching fights on television, an effective cornerman is going to tell you what you need to correct, what you need to improve on, what you need, not really inspire you or.
There's certain corner people, they can say a few words and the fighter understands. Like Dundee with Ali, he'd say float.
Jim,
and you
well
knew what he was
said.
going to do. And
Well
if
said.
If it was talking to Sugar Ray Leonard, he'd say, "You're blowing it, son."
That's right.
And Leonard would respond.
Right.
You know?
Then you have your Teddy Atlases that are more motivating rather than rather than they are getting instruction.
Your
I
mother's
like,
watching, your father's watching, your kids
yeah.
are watching.
Well, look, I don't need that. I need instruction. I need to know why am I getting hit. Damn it.
Yeah. But they're all colorful, and they're all a big part of the show.
That's right. That's right. Oh, they exchanged right hands.
Solid right hand.
They're tough young men.
Look at both these fighters. Both bleeding, but both want to finish hard. Neither one of them taking a step back. Look at this. What a way to end the night.
It's a lot of heart.
Oh, what a way to end the night. That was fantastic.
Good fights tonight. Another great show here at Aquinas.
Very good contest. Hard to pick. I think I might give Douglas the edge.
I'd agree with you, Joe. But nonetheless, great way to end the evening. Great way to celebrate 90 years of tradition.
Yes. 90 years, it's amazing.
This program, this night, would not be possible with that kind of leader, that kind of example, and that kind of guide for all these young men and women. So please, a big round of applause for Dominic Arioli.
Hey, Dominic Arioli. "41 years he's been coaching."
That's incredible.
Dom is such a nice, low-key guy.
Well, years ago we did a news conference over at this gym on Scottsville Road in which you came out and challenged Lennox Lewis. And actually that was brought about because Dominic was thinking about becoming the coach of that particular facility.
I remember that.
Yeah, ended up going to another place, but very successful.
Yeah.
Benny the Beast Douglas, huh? He comes off with this big win here in the final fight of our night here at Aquinas.
And Jacob Dianchenko, nothing to be ashamed of. Great performance, a lot of heart.
Applause for our ring announcer. Once again, everyone, we'll be having the award ceremony in just a couple minutes.
So what's going on in Buffalo, New York? Is there any
Well, what's
exciting
going on,
prospects
Jim?
coming up?
What's going on is the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen are about to win the Super Bowl.
Well, I hope so.
You must have.
I mean, that's all.
I was sky high at the beginning of the season.
That's all Buffalo can talk about right now. I'll tell you that.
Well, Rochester too.
Yeah, and I know Rochester, our brother city next door, and I'll tell you. But as far as the boxing world goes, Jim, I am trying, along with my good friend and former promoter Tony Holden, to bring a professional show there with Pagula Sports.
Yeah, really.
Pagulas, who own the Buffalo Sabres, they own the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
We all know that. They have a wonderful facility next door to the building that I boxed in the Harbor Center, and I would love to bring ESPN alongside my good friend Tony Holden and bring some World Championship level boxing to Buffalo, having some nice regional talent on the undercard. We're working on that. I don't know when, but we'd like to do it in 2022.
Nice.
I know Pagula Sports is very interested.
Terrific.
And Tony Holden, his team is interested. And again, I remember I said I could never be a part of the coaching team, but I would love to be a part of the marketing and the promoting team. I love boxing and I love Western New York. And to bring the two together, that's what I'd like to be a part of.
You would be so great at it, wouldn't you, Joe?
I'm certain of that.
I don't want to be Don King necessarily, but I would love to have a handful of shows a year, whether it's Buffalo, Rochester, upstate New York. And again, with one of the most trusting names in the sport, my friend Tony Holden, who you know well, Jim, and is a great promoter and might be one of the biggest boxing promoters in the game right now.
He, a real gentleman, and that'd be great to have Tony come back here to Buffalo again.
I think we'd make a good team. So that's something we're playing around with, and we hope to bring some live professional boxing back to the region.
Been a long time. Upstate New York has been neglected.
It has. And even ESPN has expressed interest, so they want to come back to the area.
Good. It's funny when you got a Super Bowl contender team, and the owners want to get involved in boxing, how they listen to you.
That's right. That's right. And it's got a lot of rich history. I mean, obviously Rochester does, Buffalo does, upstate New York does. People don't really understand the rich history that we have in the sport of boxing. And Buffalo had 6 world champions. It's been some time. Rochester has its own Charles Murray, of great Hall of Famers. And so we deserve to have some world-class boxing here in this area.
And Tony's in Oklahoma, right? Is that where he
Tony's
works
in Oklahoma. Yep,
Still
he's
works
in
out of
Oklahoma. Yeah. Yep. But he pretty much has most of the ESPN, some Showtime dates. He has access to all those dates, and he works very closely with Bob Arum. And again, he may be the new face of the sport for the next few years. He, along with Lou DiBello, of course.
Yep.
Another friend of ours.
Lou DiBello. I remember how excited he was when you knocked out DeVero Williamson.
Yeah, Lou.
So was Tony. Tony was excited. We were all excited.
Yeah.
We were all.
That was a great night. A great night for Western New York.
That was an exciting night and a big crowd.
Yeah.
In Buffalo.
It's really one of my fondest. Again, I fought in Las Vegas. I fought at Mandalay Bay. I fought on HBO. I fought at Madison Square Garden. And what incredible memories. Because every young fighter aspires to one day be at MGM, be at Mandalay, be at Madison Square Garden. But the uniqueness of my career was fighting on HBO in your backyard, in your hometown.
Yeah.
And those venues were all great and they're all legendary, but my fondest memories might be HBO at the HSBC Arena in downtown Buffalo.
Oh, sure.
As special as all those nights were, that's just, when you have the pressure, but the love and the support from your family, friends, and neighbors, it makes it that much more memorable.
When you can sell a place out like that, it's just got to give you a few more pumps of adrenaline in your heart.
I got to thank Western New York and Rochester for all that. I have to say that this is a special place to live and grow up, to raise a family, to be a sports fan. Whether it's Buffalo, Rochester, Syracuse, all considered my hometown. Because if I were a boxer from San Diego or Houston or Miami, would I have been 36-0? Possibly. I don't think I would have had fan support of 20,000 people. That's what kind of made me unique, but it wasn't me. It's the area. It's Western New York.
And a lot of great fighters, their hometowns got behind them, and they just took off. Billy Conn, he fought about 25 of his fights were held in Pittsburgh. That's why they call him the Pittsburgh Kid.
Yeah.
And he became one of the greatest light heavyweight champs ever.
Yeah.
Almost beat Joe Louis. But Pittsburgh was his base. That was his source.
And who else? Pittsburgh. Spadafora.
Spadafora. That's right.
A little bit of a sad or tragic ending to his great career, but I think that he was one hell of a fighter.
He was
in his prime.
When you're starting out, I guess it's a good idea to stay home and fight where you're appreciated, and you have your fans and everything.
In my case, thanks to the great marketing genius of Jack Macy, my father, Buffalo policeman for 40 years, and I don't know why at that point, and when I was a youngster, He had me so involved in the community and showing up at events and doing things in between fights. As when I was an amateur, when I was, and I look back at that now. Not only did it make me fall in love with my hometown, as I learned so much about it, but it paid off in the end. You know, people began to support me.
And you were the son and you were the star that went along with it. You know what I mean? When your dad suggested something and got involved with something, you were the one that carried through for it.
You know, he had a plan from the beginning that I didn't quite see. I thought it was to win, but he wanted. It was bigger than boxing. It was more about our region and our hometown.
Yeah.
And boxing really was more or less just the tool. And he made the goal really the community and involving the community and having me involved in the community. And now even to this day, I'm done boxing, yes, but I'm still an ambassador of Western New York.
Sure.
I want to be involved. I like to talk to schools. I like to be involved and give back because they sure gave to me. So I love to travel and see the world, and I've been blessed to do that. But Buffalo, Rochester, Syracuse, I just love upstate New York.
So you've done some traveling in the.
Well, yeah. You know, back in my amateur days, of course, you know, I competed on the U.S. team, and we got to, you know, compete in England and Sweden and in Finland and Germany, and I did some international traveling. So and it was great. And guys like DeVero Williamson took me under their wing, and because they had been around. And I was new to the game, and guys like Nate Jones and Floyd Mayweather and Fernando Vargas, these guys, they had experience as amateurs. I did not, you know. I was new to the scene. And I hadn't even left home before, and these guys, I mean, the first time in a dorm in another country, and like, I remember DeVero. DeVero was my buddy, man. He brought me up almost into support, knocked me down sparring all the time.
Okay, I didn't know you had that history with him.
Yeah, a great friendship. He used to kick my butt. And as we developed and matured throughout our professional careers, and we distanced a little bit, and we signed a fight, what I thought was most interesting, but I knew he would be excited for that fight, because he thought I was the same old Joe Macy from 1990s.
Yeah.
But as watching him progress as a pro, and he had a great career, I don't think he knew that I had a great trainer and a great team, and I wasn't the same Joe Macy. So we were both eager to take that fight to prove something. And as much as I loved him, he's great, but that was a special win to me because, boy, he used to whoop me in the 90s. But I was a different person, a different fighter when we met later. You know?
Sure. That was an impressive win, and Monty Barrett was an impressive win.
Oh, Monty's another great fighter and great friend who recently inducted in the New York Hall of Fame. Nick Smith, that's a well-deserved award right there. He's an impressive young man and good fighter.
He was a good fighter, yes.
Yeah,
The next award is the Al and Joe Spitz Award for the most improved boxer this year. The Al and Joe Spitz Award goes to Gianna Velasco.
Jim, nice seeing you, buddy. Nice seeing you. Thanks. Great seeing you.
Gianna did not fight tonight, but congratulations to her all the same. The next award is the Dominant Areola Award. This is given to the boxer who works the hardest and is the most coachable. The Dominant Areola Award winner, Brody Lennox.
We're the Lennox boys.
Yeah.
Well deserved. If there's anything I like to see in these award programs, it's the one who's coachable.
They're proud. Sorry.
I'm sorry, Joe, but I just always, it's not talent that you need to fear. You know, it's coachability. It's work and dedication.
Fighter of the night given to an upperclassman. Tonight's Fighter of the Night award winner, Tyler Wegman.
Tyler Wegman. Fighter of the night. His mom,
Wow.
Kelly Wegman, helped us with all this work that we've got
That's
in front
fantastic.
of us. Where would we be without the team moms? You
That's
know?
right.
They're supporting their sons. They're here every night helping their sons, and they're here helping
Our next
make the
award
program
is
well
for
said,
the
Jim.
as good as it can be.
Of the night, the best fight of the evening based on skill and excitement. The 2022 fight of the night, Liliana Visca and Gwen Bushman.
Fight of the
Okay.
night.
Nice.
Wow.
That's great. Coming up together.
Yep. How exciting for them. More than anything,
That's quite a-
they're going to get their names engraved on that, you know.
That's great.
That's going to be in their trophy rack here
We'll
at the
be in there
school
forever. Another 90
And our
years.
final award winner, the Muhammad Ali Award, given to the best overall four-year boxer, the 2022 Muhammad Ali Award winner, Jacob Dichenko.
Jacob Dichenko.
Yes.
Is that the way you pronounced it?
Say Dyshenko.
He's the young man. I told you that he's a senior this year, and he ends up winning the overall grand trophy.
No.
Great round of applause. A ring full of warriors.
This is impossible. Thanks to everyone for attending, for being able to be a part of one of the first events back in the gym post-COVID. It's been great to have everyone here enjoying this evening of fights. Everyone have a safe ride home. Pick up your trash, and we'll see you back next year for the 91st annual Aquinas Mission Bouts.
Thank you both, gentlemen. Jim and Joe, great
Joe,
to be with you
thank
this evening.
Thank you so much for coming. I'm humbled by both you two Joes and stuff like that, and I really appreciate you coming to support Aquinas, and you guys have a safe drive home. It's been another great night working, help supporting Dynamic Reel with this production, and probably our best ever having Joe Macy and Joe Pantaleo giving their insight into the fights. But thank you very much, and hope to see you again.
Well, it's an honor. It was an honor to be at the table with both of you here.
Joe, the honor was ours, and thank you for including
Yeah.
me in your next chapter, which is your next book. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get into start reading the hit. Thank you, guys.
Good.